Boy, do I have a discussion for y'all. Come one, come all. Sit down. Take a seat. We're finna discuss something that triggered me out of the blue. This video is for all my singles out there. Not just any singles who's been single for like a week, a month. No. I'm talking about the singles who's been single for most of their life. I'm talking years. Like 99% of their life type of single. Maybe even 98%. Either way you want. But y'all get the point. So basically, I was just lying in bed thinking about all the times I was not really listened to because I was single. I was treated as if I knew nothing about relationships, romantic relationships in particular, when in fact that couldn't be further from the truth. Look, I'm beginning to realize more and more that romantic relationships are no different than the relationships that you have with your friends or your family. And let me explain. Let me explain what I mean by that. Look, the only difference between a relationship between family or friends and romantic partnerships is sex. You can have sex with the person you talk to. That is pretty much the biggest difference. Let's just get that straight. So to say to a single person that they know nothing about romantic relationships or what it means to be in a relationship? No. If anything, the single person might know a lot more just from being on the outside of a relationship because they've actually had time to observe other people's relationships and focus on the relationship with their self, which is one of the most important. Also, think about it this way. You could do pretty much most of the same stuff in your family and friendships. Like I said, the only difference is the sex and the intimacy. You can have that with your romantic partner, great. But everything else, it applies to any relationship, okay? For example, let's list them off, okay? What's the first one?
Communication.
Okay, what's the second one?
Conflict resolution.
Third one?
Emotional intelligence.
Fourth one?
Emotional maturity.
That sounds right. So, those 4 things all are needed for a pretty good relationship, you know? It's needed, okay? And there's other stuff that goes into, you know, a relationship, a general relationship. Doesn't matter if it's romantic or friendly or whatever, family, whatever. It's just essential, okay, to any relationship, if you want any relationship to be, you know, good. But yeah, communication is a big one, you know, and I can't tell you how many times a relationship might have failed because people did not know how to communicate. Anyways, these 4 things are not the only things, I'm sure, I'm positive. These are just stuff that comes to mind, stuff that I feel like I have learned over the past few years about, I guess, managing a relationship. Yes. So, background, obviously, if you didn't know by this video, obviously, I'm single. I have been for a very long time. Now, don't pity me, because in a way, it has been so much of a help to be single, because that gave me time to love myself and to love those around me. My family relationships, as well as some of my friendships, have been pretty solid, especially family. It has been very solid. Everything that I went through, all the conflicts, all that stuff, it has allowed me to learn a lot about how to resolve issues, you know. That could be something important to learn when going into a romantic partnership. Everybody needs a foundation, and you get that foundation from dealing with other people outside of romantic partnerships. To be honest, I'm gonna tell y'all like it is. I mean, a single person's first relationship might be more successful than your last 10 because of these reasons, okay? Not everybody is just so quick to jump into a romantic relationship and so quick to get that status, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, the husband, all that, but haven't even really worked on the 4 that I just listed, okay? Actually, we should probably go ahead and define these 4. Let's define these 4 again. First, we're gonna define conflict resolution, just to make sure y'all know what it is. Go ahead, define it for me. Conflict resolution.
Conflict resolution means to end conflict peacefully.
All right. Now, define emotional intelligence for me.
Emotional intelligence is the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically.
And emotional maturity?
Emotional maturity is knowing how to respond in tough situations while being in a state of calm.
All right, that sounds right. That sounds right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. I just wanted to make sure y'all understood what those words meant, because I obviously had to look them up. I'm not even gonna lie. I had to look it up to make sure I knew what I was talking about. But, we all could use help sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody is not perfect. Everybody is not as intelligent as you may think, or whatever you want to call it, this society. Anyways, the point is, you should probably take your single friends or single family members' advice about relationships, even if you are in a romantic partnership, because there are similar aspects that are needed in both romantic and general relationships. So do not knock a single person's advice just because they have not been in a romantic relationship. Anyways, appreciate you for listening. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you take this with you. I may make another video on this if I need to expound on it anymore. We'll see.